It all started somewhere. In the Chinese interior, where many luxury cars are moving, on a rough rocky road. They went to a mysterious factory. A rich woman came down from one of those cars. "You are the owner of this place, and come here to introduce you. It's extremely expensive products for a group, potential buyers." The group quickly moved into a large cave, while the manager notified the boss that the new drugs are working very well, very effective to increase the size of animals. Then out. This woman specialized in the snake skin business and promised appointment with customers that she can produce 10 times as much compared to the competitors. She led the group out the back of the facility. "Let's show them the quality of the snakes. But they're all amazing. When I found out the animals were gone, the manager is angry. Scream and immediately run to find the snakes. However, they didn't realize that the animals were still there, are silently watching people from the darkness." The boss slowly approached the wreckage, but quickly feel a sticky liquid. Small stick down the face. She discovered a giant, all-black snake. "It's lying right above me." Giant creature. It makes everyone stiff with fear. And the woman was quickly devoured by the monster. He grabbed her and swallowed her in a split second. And then a series of snakes. Others began to fall on those present and bite their necks. People try to fight back in despair, but quickly realized that they're absolutely no match for these creatures. The situation got worse when the giant appeared among the crowd and started swallowing as if I'm at a meat party. The monster throws the victim with terrible power and bite each and every one of the laborers cruelly. The manager saw it all and tried to quit. Run away from that place. The giant snake. I started chasing him through the rooms. When he ran out of the cave, the man continued to flee through the forest, but soon stumbled upon a wall. The stone can look down at an isolated school below. Before you can call for help, the giant creature grabbed him and threw him into the bush, where there's only 7 bar screams. The last monster jumped high and start looking at the buildings below to plan to continue hunting more victims in schools. This school is actually a training academy. Flight attendant, where only selection girls who look like models. They were taught many skills, including artificial respiration with a kiss, and always keep a beautiful appearance, not to scare the customers. They don't even have to take a shower. But what the girls don't know is the snakes. They've infiltrated the building, while the giant snake continued to devour and kill schoolgirls. One by one at the same time. A girl named Mona. "Go to your closet in the dressing room." But immediately she saw a snake in the closet. She panicked and ran towards the door. However, the young girl was soon cornered. There's no escape when the black snakes completely encircle. The poor girl has no way out. I can only scream endlessly. Fortunately, a security guard named CA hear a scream, clearly emanating from the women's locker room. He rushed to the door and rushed in to save people. CA drives away the poisonous snakes and carry the girl out of danger. They quickly reach a safe place, while CA immediately report the incident to the head of security. Aware of the seriousness of the situation, CA decided to act immediately and hurry to the radio room to alert the entire school to the danger that lies ahead. At the same time, the head of the school is introducing, with plan investors, held graduation ceremony. "I promise this will be a great show, more than any other school." However, for early interruptions by CA's voice through the speaker system, warning of the appearance of countless snakes, poison on campus. The principal tried to reassure investors that everything is fine, but the flight attendants in turn, I quickly realized that something was extremely unusual. People slowly turned their heads in fear. And then I was horrified to see a snake. The giants are right in front of them. They all died in shock. The monster immediately killed the principal. When others are forced to flee to save lives, giant creatures started throwing people up high and devouring each one in turn. At the same time, many other small snakes were released, creating a scene of extreme chaos. All the girls panic when you see a snake spilling into classrooms and attacking girls. Make everyone agree, running away from the building in a state of absolute panic. At the same time, CA decided to retreat with her friend. Both quickly merged into the student stream, running across the campus. CA quickly realized that the giant snake moving through the crowd and immediately ordered Mona to flee. While you're back to try to save others from being attacked by that creature, Mona also try to help your friends. But you can only see it. The monster is devouring the girls and block every escape. Force the group to survive. Had to run back into the classrooms to hide, while the monster chases right behind. Somewhere else on campus, CA finally gets to the bus parking area, but I realized Mona wasn't there. This causes you to immediately return to the mold, crazy to save his pure girlfriend. I ran into the school. Run and call out your name until you get to the front of a building where you see Mona is hiding. CA immediately come to you. But Mona had just discovered the monster. They're coming right behind them. Right behind CA. The giant snake is approaching quietly. Mona. Desperate attempts to warn of the danger. Stalking behind. But CA's too focused on saving you. That organisms can reach without being detected. Finally he turned his head slowly and stunned. I saw a monster preparing to attack me. Fortunately, CA managed to dodge the first attack. And start running for their lives. Giant snake chasing. Close to the heels caused CA to stumble and fall to the ground. Just in time for the monster to rush to kill you. But a veteran officer named John showed up in time. Pushing CA out of the reach of the organism. They both rushed inside the building. I was lucky to block the door. Keep the monster outside. But the snake won't give up. It hit John hard. He was thrown to the other side of the room. They both quickly recovered and stared at each other. The giant snake is upside down outside. Realize that they have to find an effective way out. More than. Kay and John began to move carefully towards the creature. When they looked up, Kay discovered a cable connecting the upper floors. Maybe we can get them to another building. Crazy idea flashed in CA's head. When the snake is patiently waiting outside. Two men quietly climbed on a rope. After a struggle, they're slowly moving through the center of space, crawled over the top. The monsters have yet to recognize their presence. But the weight of both of you is too much. For cable system, cause the hanger to unfold. And the phone of one of them dropped. They immediately start the creature. The VA touch made the monster immediately notice. And it rushes with terrible fury. It almost came in. The two of them ended up falling to the ground. Take advantage of the opportunity. CA and John tried to escape, but the cable broke. Make them fall. Flew into a building next door and the VA banged. Fortunately, neither of them were seriously injured. And quickly run towards the group of people. Survive. Mona hugged CA in great emotion. Makes me a drunk. Falling in love to the point of stupidity. Before the situation gets too embarrassing. CA quickly announced to everyone that the rescue team will arrive soon. And everyone has to stay in the building. If you don't want to be killed. You and Mona decided to go up to the second floor to find more supplies. Surprise. They caught a girl named Mace and her boyfriend. They both just finished their evening exercise. The group immediately ran down to meet with the rest of us. In the moment, CA asks girls to change their clothes into something more suitable. It's easy to escape. However, when Mace's boyfriend was Jay, try to call the rescue team. Then receive the notification. The police will take 5 hours to arrive. This information made everyone start to panic. Cause group trauma. That they could use your car to leave the school. The students immediately rushed out. They try to stop them. Because no one believed your warning. When the group of survivors came to the parking lot, they're ambushed and attacked by giant creatures. Immediately, a victim is swallowed in a split second. CA shouted, "Order everyone to return to the building." They panicked and turned around. While the monster chases after. The group tried to run up the stairs. But Mona quickly discovered that one of the girls was attacked by the monster. The victim was crying out for help. But CA told Mona it was too late. And they have no choice. In addition to running the other way, the whole team quickly reunited but discovered the giant snake. It's right behind them. The situation forces everyone to move forward, through a hallway, full of snakes in the midst of screaming and fear. The whole group rushed into a room, and tried to keep the monster outside. The girl uses all the sheets GA brushed bed, that they found to be a giant rope. Hoping to escape through the window. They start to climb down from the building in turn, while the monster kept smashing down the door. All the survivors. They all managed to get out. Except CA giant snake. We finally broke the door, and rushed straight towards you. Forced CA to jump through the window to avoid being killed. Fortunately, CA falls into place of the others. Their bodies unwittingly help reduce VA force touching. And help you not get hurt. However, before the group could recover, they saw the giant snake. It's coming from the distance. This makes the whole team keep running away immediately. They finally got to the house, school and paused for a break. Meanwhile CA angrily grabs the collar Ray. Blame. I blame you for putting people in danger. Goats do not accept blame. And even accused Mona. You also left your friend dead. In a panic. The accusation that Mona slapped Jay in the face. And make it clear that if it happens again, I will. Being left behind is not usually regrettable. However, the controversy has not yet subsided. The monster broke the window and rushed inside the building to attack humans madly. The survivors were forced to flee again. With the giant monster clinging behind, they plunged into a cold storage and entrenched themselves inside. When the snake starts to creep in, hunting prey in the cold, cutting out meat sand. People try not to make noise and hold their breath to not be discovered. Fortunately the giant snake. I can't feel the temperature. Their bodies in the environment. cold. So I finally left. Take advantage of that rare opportunity. CA leads the survivors towards the exit. But soon after, I noticed a bunch of little snakes creeping towards them. There's no other choice. CA decided to lower the temperature even further, to the point of making girls. It's almost frozen in my fragile suits. However, this action also makes the snakes, the little snakes, begins to fall into hibernation, because the temperature is too low. This creates a team, a rare opportunity to escape. They're careful to walk through the toxic creatures. Try not to step on any of them. However, when almost everyone left the area, because Mona suddenly slipped and was covered in venomous snakes, CA tried to save her by gently get the snakes out of Mona. But he was unfortunately bitten by one. Before you both get back, the whole group rushed to the infirmary. Put CA on a stretcher and try to save your life. When the CA situation becomes serious, Mona, there's no choice but to smoke the poison out of my body. An action that made CA unconscious. People are waiting in worry. Until CA, I finally woke up and recovered, completely free from poison, thanks to Mona's breathing skills and bravery. However, as soon as they began to rejoice when John appeared, reminds me it's been over 5 hours. That means the rescue team should be here by now. Call the police immediately. But it was discovered that the rescue had been delayed, and they won't come until the next day. The whole group fell into a panic. CA tries to calm people down. There is still a way out of this place. I'm sure they won't survive until dawn. If you keep hiding, and ask the whole group to come to the parking lot, car to use the motorcycle. The whole line says you have. They started gathering all the supplies that were left. But a girl. I accidentally found a syringe hidden in my pocket. This makes you suspicious. She pulled the rope into a private room and questioned about the tied car. I have to admit that the car, there's only room for 2. The girl immediately offered to change places. Take the other seat with special services. Jay is tempted. Think with the head below. And prepare for an intimate moment in the room. But he didn't realize that his girlfriend, the maze, is standing outside. May slowly stepped in like a female assassin. Make boy scared and immediately ran away to avoid a fight. The big thing is about to happen. Before the brawl broke out, Mom, the giant snake, was approaching their position. Immediately take advantage of the situation. Push the girl out the window to feed the monster. The giant snake raised its head and devoured the girl. The maze runs in the opposite direction, chased by a monster through the hallway. The maze runs to the survivors, accidentally carrying the monster, and put everyone in danger. The group was forced to continue to flee down the stairs, as the giant snake chases close behind. They finally got out of the building and run to the patrol car. Everyone hurried and wished each other to get into the car, but CA decided to stay in the way of the organism. He fired a flare at the giant snake. John had enough time to start the car. Get everyone in the car in time. They're just barely out of the monster. The snake kept chasing behind. Group of survivors driving towards parking lot in hopes of cutting off the monster's tail. However, soon after, the car ran out of gas. They're all trapped on campus. There's no choice. They're forced to keep running, while giant creatures are increasingly the closer we get, and quickly devour the AI that's lagging behind. The group finally made it to the parking lot that Jay had mentioned. But horrible. Realize the car is just a convertible. 2 small doors. CA realizes that he has been cheated and rushed to stop Jay. In a panic, Jay used an anesthetic syringe to stab the CA. It makes you dizzy. Jay walked away from the group and ran towards the car. But right then and there, the monster appears in front of you. In a cowardly and cruel act, Goat pushes his girlfriend, Mom, towards the creature that made her immediately devoured. The rest of you, to witness that horrible scene, and immediately run towards the forest. The snake quickly rushed to vegetarian and devoured. He's just 1 stroke away. At the same time, the survivors continue to flee. But CA's starting to feel like her body is numb, due to the effects of anesthesia in the legs. The snake caught up with them and prepared to attack, was suddenly distracted by flares. Shoot out from the distance. It turns out John's flying a drone. There's fireworks to distract the creatures. Pull it away so others have a chance to escape. Lucky group of people to get to a warehouse. However, CA begins to sink in a sense of guilt. We can't save all the people who died. Mona walked in. Remind yourself that this is not the time to regret. There are many lives to be saved. That made CA wake up. But you refused to keep running. He believed that only by destroying the monster would the group, you have a chance to survive. Immediately, they started collecting all the weapons they had in stock, from axes to homemade items. A fully armed group, as if preparing for a mortal war in the end times, with the undead. While CA was planning, use the fireworks to confront the giant snake. The whole team is ready. Step out of the armory, like the Avengers. CA decided to be a decoy, firing flares into the sky. Immediately, creatures are attracted and rush straight towards humans. Without hesitation. Monster quickly approaching CA. But it's just a trap. When the snake gets close, the whole group came out from all directions, encircling the creature. They simultaneously fired artillery, HOA and homemade guns on the monster. The heat of the fireworks made the snake scream in pain. His body started to burn. However, it quickly resisted. Use the giant tail to knock down the girls. Let's throw them away like tattered dolls. CA saw the scene and immediately rushed to the rescue. Mona promptly shoots at the creature from behind. To save you from being killed. The snake was injured but recovered quickly. CA does not hesitate. Take a box of fireworks and dive right into the creature. Throw it all in his mouth. The intense pain caused the snake to writhe. Give the other group a chance to continue the attack. They fired simultaneously. Finally made the monster fall to the ground. The group thought the victory was in their hands. Standing around the body of the snake to celebrate. As if joy had not yet chosen, the monster rose. And continued to attack. They're beating people down like cheap toys. CA saw that, immediately took more fireworks and ramped as much as possible. Attack on the snake. However, this only makes him more angry. It's throwing people away with its awesome power. At that time, the snake focused on Mona and prepared to dash to the Zickle. But CA came back at the right time. Stabbed the knife into the creature's head. The snake was screaming in pain. But still enough to throw CA away. They know they can't defeat the monster by ordinary force. CA decided to implement the final plan. He poured all the gasoline on the snake. But in the struggle, I'm stuck with it myself. In desperate screams, CA begging Mona to light the fire. You can't kill me. But when you see the snake preparing, swallowing a close friend. She screamed in pain and rushed to turn the switch. Activate the entire HOA artillery system. A rain of fire pours down on the creature. Enveloped it in a sea of blazing fire. The snake writhed in pain and collapsed to the ground. To die in a raging fire. The girls can only stand looking in amazement. You can't celebrate after losing so many people. But then it happened. CA caged tincture cow out of the mouth of the monster. To survive in narrowness. Mona couldn't hold back her tears. Run to embrace you in happiness. Both discovered that John was still alive. The sound of the rescue car whistle from a distance. The rescue team finally arrived in time. Take the survivors out of the nightmare. When things have settled down. Mona gently wound care for CA. Give me a kiss, thank you for so many times. Save your life from hand. Death that made CA and Mona hugging each other again. In a moment of emotion and relief after the nightmare they had just experienced. This is not a movie. This is an entertainment buffet for giant snake-loving AI. Beautiful schoolgirl. Illogical actions and fireworks like carnivals. From the first minute to the last. It's like screaming at me, don't use your brain. Just watch. Script: snake giant swallows guy in school. Flight attendants are all supermodels. The main male character is immune to poison. Villains are cowardly to the end. And the heroine runs as beautiful as a shampoo commercial. In the middle of the end. Highlight. Group of people using GA combing beds as escape cords. Use fireworks to destroy ancient creatures. It was swallowed. And slid out of the snake's mouth like a circus act. See if you need to de-stress. Or maybe life is too logical. Rating 10 out of 10 for unconscious humor. 5 out of 10 if you are serious.